Hi everyone and welcome to today's class. With today's energies, it's not easy and if you feel like you don't know yourself or you've got strange emotions, sometimes it's something that you're processing from the collective. So to center yourself and to step back a little bit is always a good idea. Not reacting immediately, give yourself a little time, and yes, of course, delicate conversations, something like this maybe is not a good idea today. So if you can postpone that, maybe that's better. But just keep in mind, don't blame yourself and don't feel bad for whatever's happening. Just, journal, and maybe you notice, okay, that does not feel like myself. So maybe, and being here, processing it through movement is a great idea. Yeah? Okay, so let's see. Of course, you can also always channel it in writing or creative projects, but visceral, that's always something that's really helpful. Okay, so we've got the little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, the little fingers in line with your shoulders, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line, sit bones together, and everything's long energy through your head, continuously, ribs together, navel towards the spine, and then we've got the knees and elbows relaxed, and we start with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. So I'm in line here, and I'm just turning little fingers towards the thumbs, everything's long, and just let it flow. So there's no tension here, yeah? You've got it all long, and please don't push your body. I'm just trying to demonstrate a little bit what I'm doing so you've got an idea. And this is still happening because of the state I'm in here, but I'm not going to give it any titles so that it can transform. And let's see where we're getting at. Little fingers towards the thumbs, everything's long, ribs together, and release. You surely notice it here. Now, other way around, arms again in this part, thumbs towards, in alignment with this line I wanted to say. Thumbs towards the little fingers, lengthening and releasing. Yeah, and you notice there's nothing like this, yes? Don't tense. If you think you're not working enough, it's always visualize more energy through your upper body and just feel how that visualization makes a difference. Lengthening. Because what we think of working hard is what I learned from my spiritual master is a punishment for your body. When he told me that at first, I was very confused and I said, no, that's normal training, you've got to do that. And he said, no. If you want to destroy your body, that's exactly what you've got to do. But if you want to help your body, you've got to learn to listen to it. So I'm trying not only to do that myself, but to transmit you to feel, and that's actually your body's answer. So with that same muscle coordination, lengthening, we're going to the end of the mat, just rolling down. Just relaxing. And whenever you need to, you bend your legs. You can put something underneath your hands, like, books, yoga blocks, a little chair, just what you've got hanging around here. Yeah, and then we're stretching the back. So you can do that here, you can be wherever you want. Breathing in from the sit bones to your head, this goes through. And relax, breathing in. And lengthening, sit bones to your head, long, and one more time, breathing in, and again lengthening, just long, and bend in, have the blood flowing back, And we're now repeating that same thing, but with a little arm circle, with your arm floating to indicate the direction in which your body is turning. But before it turns, it needs to be long. So we are in the same position, lengthening, looking at the middle finger, and now I'm just following my arm. And it's not about being able, navel in, coming back, visualizing an even bigger circle. It's not about being able to do everything as I do it. So don't get discouraged if you're doing this for the first time. That's not what it's about. It's about feeling your body and visualizing and feeling what I'm trying to transmit here. So if that goes okay with you, and you feel as the title suggests, because that's the answer of your body. If you feel good, this is for you. And you don't worry about what it looks like when you're doing this. Lengthening, because that's not what it's about at all. And lengthening, the results are in if you feel what I'm describing, and that's it. And relax. Just have the blood flowing back. Okay, now the next exercise up is the stability exercise. Those three are kind of set at the moment. You're not only creating stability in your body, and it's about lower back and hip and with connection, you're also, as everything's connected, creating this in your life, if you like, because it's body's a manifestation and there can be others. So if you want more stability in your life, I really recommend you doing this regularly. Yeah, so let's get up and get to do it. And again, don't look at yourself, don't judge yourself, whatever you can do is good. So, same position, hips are parallel to the floor, you can bend everything, you can be anywhere. The important thing is now that the heel of your supporting leg is on the floor and you're lengthening in a bent form. You're lengthening everything, your upper leg is definitely bent, and you visualize lengthening in all directions, and whenever this visualization does not make any more difference, then you just change your legs. In between you have the blood flowing back. Okay, lengthening here. So it can take a little bit longer on one side than on the other, but that's not the problem, or that's not a problem. It's all about feeling, and that's it. Okay, and I needed to feel, and therefore I couldn't talk. Okay, so one more time. We visualize a little bit more length and see where it takes us. And I need to surely do it in a more, a little bit more movement instead of lengthening and just visualizing, because of the current state I'm still in, lengthening, but which gets better and better and better. And it's so helpful to do this kind of exercise, and that's why this, or parts, why this is so important to me. Lengthening. I need to do it dynamically, because otherwise it's an invitation for the muscles to tense again even more. And yes, I also need to recuperate flexibility, but that's not necessarily for you. Okay, so now I will be doing it alternating, because the guides say I need to do a little bit more. But if this does not apply or apply to you, resonate with you, don't. Now, lengthening, always thinking of biggest possible circle. Lengthening. And relaxing. Okay, so let's see how the body is. Relaxing a little bit. Maybe you want to stretch out, just getting to the mat. Stretching out and giving everything a shake. Also your arms, three-dimensional. Maybe you want to do this trembling, which is for your lymphatic system. Chinese medicine exercise. Okay. And this is my favorite, or my body's favorite, to be more accurate. Elbows closed, head down, and just being here. Okay, so what do you want? The guys are very funny. They say, we said you need to center yourself, so we do a balance, of course. Of course, yes. Okay, so you can do that on the underarms. You can also do it in a plank position. I will demonstrate everything, and I would like to encourage you to try everything out if you feel, if this resonates. You know, if you think something's ridiculous to try, of course you don't. So, little fingers in line with your elbows and in line with your little toes, and then make sure that it's long behind your neck, and release. It's not about holding as long as you can. I always like to do, to take a little breath in, and on the out breath, I'm going into that position, lengthening when I'm breathing in, and really thinking, can I lengthen even more? And then on the out breath, getting out of the position. So one more, and lengthening from the sit bone through the head. Don't hold. Hold would be this. This is the lengthening, and relax. Yes, important that you're not trying to hold. Holding always gets you together, and we want to lengthen everything. Because the other version could lead to problems, tension, and injuries later on. So, no. Plank position, lengthening, elbows are long, and release. Okay, one more time, breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening. Breathing in. I've got my elbows relaxed, by the way. Don't know if you can see that. We'll do one more, breathing in. On the out breath, lengthening, and releasing. Okay, so well done. Now we add a little bit for people who may want to play around to see how much their muscle coordination can take, or you just try it out for yourself, because it's from the core, like a star, outwards, everything. And it's a great thing to try all this ridiculously looking stuff maybe, because in case one of your muscles does not work for whatever reason, if the rest of the team works, no problem. And this is what you can see when you're trying out all this stuff. So, first thing is, in this position, you just send a little bit of energy through one heel, through one leg to be accurate, and then it goes through, it just holds itself up, right? This is relaxed. And of course, you can also lengthen, and then just try to open it a bit, and coming back. Important is to always think like a part of a circle, not like out in. Lengthening, part of a circle, coming back, lower. Lengthen, part of a circle, coming back, lower. Okay, relax in between, and always make sure there's no tension here, because you've got it here. If otherwise, rest, take a little break. So now you can also go on to trip, from here, lengthening, opening, not too high, always make sure it's a little diagonal line, and the biggest possible circle to work well from the center and not involve your shoulders, okay? Think your butt forward, because it likes to stay back, and lower. And also, making it a little bit more interesting, you can try to lift one leg, okay? Wherever you can, I've been practicing this, so yes, but you can do two, right? And it's always in this circular movement. Of course, you also need to make sure that you're not sliding. Yeah, I'm just seeing here how I can manage. Yeah, trying to open the leg a little bit more, which was very much turned in, relaxed, because of what the current state is. Lengthening, but now slowly coming out. Okay, so what else? Yeah, come on. Yeah, we already told you. Yes, I know. Okay, right. So you meant it, because sometimes they change their mind. Yeah, they meant it. Okay, so what they meant was rolling up, down, and over in the center line. Center. Okay, so first I will show a version for newbies, and then the other kind of extreme, and then you've got an overview of what you would like to do. So you've got your legs here. Take your hands behind your head, breathing in, and from your sit bones to your head, biggest possible circle coming up. And then, maybe a little bit inconvenient here, but just make sure that everything's long. You take one hand, if you need some support here, or both. Slide out your feet, it's like a massage, so it's easier if you've got some socks, and then lengthen to however you can do it. You can come on bend, make sure that your knees are together from your nose until your big toes, it's one line, lengthening here, sit bones head, and then lower your head, elbows closed, lengthening, long, and slowly from your pubic bone to your navel, lengthening, elbows closed, slowly rolling down, thinking space in between air, whatever your vertebrae, coming up to when you can, sit bones and heels in line, and then you think long in your upper body, and maybe you want to go over. If you feel any doubt, don't do it. Or if, obviously, if there's any issue, yeah, whatever this issue can be, then you just go lengthening, lengthening, and fine. Okay, bending again. I just do it a little bit faster now. Sit bones head, lengthening, coming up, up, overhead, lengthen, and lower, and then wherever you can go to, and coming back. Okay. Now the other extreme, starting here, having your arms long. I keep them later on here, but I like to start with the arms in this position, little fingers in line with your shoulders, breathing in, lengthening, biggest possible circle to come up, just check that your little fingers are in line, breathing in, sit bones head, lowering the arms, and now lower your legs, and then slowly coming up, thinking long and long, yes, so you've still got your fountain going, making sure anytime that your shoulders tense that you give it back to your abs. And first thing is lengthening your back, then you start lengthening your legs, yeah, don't try to do it all at once. Now from here, keep lengthening, lengthening, lengthening to go down, elbows closed, and lengthening, and up, and now from here, slowly going down, as much as you can, and then bend your legs in, and up, and going over, and the very last time, we're doing 3 times the guide say, you can, if you like, lengthen your legs, but of course, the majority of the energy always goes into our upper body, meaning into the fountain. You lengthen the leg and lengthen even more, but even more from the fountain. It's always both ways, yes, and slowly coming down and lower. And if your head comes up here, that's very, very normal, okay? It took me quite a while until I noticed it stays down, but never force it. Just think long, and at some point it will come, okay? So now, you choose your version, we do it 3 times, and at the end of the 3rd time, I will do the little stretch for the legs, You know, you can start with 1 centimeter, or if it doesn't feel like it's for you, don't do it at all. Okay? So here we go. Breathing in on the out breath, and I won't say very much because I really love for you to do that in your own timing, really listening to your body, doing whatever you feel is right. Lengthening, and here. And lower. In, up, and over. And lengthening. It's a continuous exercise, as you surely noticed, and that's what's important. Doesn't mean that you don't take breaks if you feel it's necessary. Sit bones head, especially when you're new. Yeah, but just make sure that you feel everything. And of course, you can also, always help yourself here. Lengthening, up, and lowering. And low. Slowly lowering. Alright, this is our second time. Just notice where there is tension and see if you can really focus on activating the muscles, not tensing. Then you're in, sit both head, lengthening everything. Lengthening. Yeah, so interesting because really think vertebra for vertebra, slowly, and it will feel differently each time. So it's always important to visualize and to feel, and not to go for a feeling that's familiar with a certain exercise if you do work out regularly. Okay, so now we're the third time, so lengthening the legs and lowering and lengthening and slowly lowering and lengthening and slowly lowering and lengthening and slowly lowering, lengthening and slowly down. And allow your head always to come up. And the guide said we do a little stretch for the upper back before we relax everything. Okay? So if that does not resonate with you, go to the relaxation. Okay? Hands behind your head. And sit bones head lengthening, biggest possible circle coming up. Nose forward. Now think of embracing something with your elbows so they come forward a little bit. Now with your head, push against your hands, feel the length and lower and open. Let your elbows sink down. One more time, sit bones head lengthening, everything coming up, navel in, looking forward. Now embracing with your elbows, whatever it is. Breathing in, on the out breath, push with your head against your hands, lower, lengthen at the front and the back of your body, and release, and now relax your back. Okay. Yeah, I get that there is some kind of leg stretching installed now, so yeah, can you tell me how you want that, please? Yeah, we want our current version to stretch the hip, yes, okay. Okay, so we've got two variations. Let's see where I am here. Yeah, okay, do it the other way around. Yes, I will. Okay, so they want me to offer you the leg that's not affected at the moment, so here we go. Okay, so you've got your little toes in line with your hip or muscle line, arms by your sides, center line, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone line. You slide up one leg and then slightly massage for your foot again. So if you're wearing socks, that's supposedly easier. Slide flex at the end and then your leg comes up. It's important to have the line, little toe in line with your hip or muscle line. You can have your leg bend because your sit bone and heel have to be in line, and they are in line like this, or they are in line like this, so no problem, okay? So when bending in, the energy comes out of your knee, so there remains a little bit of length in and space in your hip. Then, and also obviously it's better for your knee. You just think lengthening out, okay? So you do 4 and 4, and then your leg is in the air, wherever it is, here or here, no problem. Again, little toe in line with your hips or muscle line, and heels and sit bones. Now you think your leg long until the line, sit bone, heel, not on the floor, and always the fountain. Now when you're bending in the knee, again, out of your knee, not in. Yeah, try that for yourself and you feel what it does to your hip. So be gentle, because you still need all that. Whatever equipment you have in life, and you know you need it and it's precious, you look after it, you take care of it. And this is what we need with our body. We need to do everything thoughtful, yeah? So 4 and 4. Then holding one leg, and then when you stretch out, like here, you can lengthen your upper body and lengthen this leg, and then you feel more stretch here. Okay? Yeah, they say we do it on the floor. Okay, so no other version. So I'll be doing this version and you decide for yours. Okay, so sliding out, lengthening. Your elbows are totally relaxed, and when your leg is long, you just feel and then lengthening. Don't lift from here. The idea is to lengthen and to lengthen, and then your leg is a little bit heavier at the beginning, kind of, but then you notice that it actually floats, and that's what we want. Okay, so lengthening. Of course, your knees are relaxed, and that should come naturally because of the lengthening and the thought of lengthening behind your leg. Okay, so here we go. Lengthening, navel in, lengthening, and again, and out, lengthen, lengthen, and coming up, navel in, and then changing legs 4 times. Here we go, other leg, sliding out, feeling the difference, coming up, little toe in line with your hip or muscle line, bending in, and lengthening, sliding out, and feel the legs before you come up, yeah, and always think we've got 2 ways to come, stretch to come up. Okay, and we've got 2 remaining of those, lengthening. Yeah, if you like, you can really also close your eyes in between so you can feel a little bit more. Make sure that you always do it in your own time, because your body can only respond when it gets the opportunity, meaning there is some space between your thoughts. Okay, and you allow yourself to feel. Okay, so from here, or here, wherever you are, now changing, reversing, lengthening, and energy through the knee when you're bending in. Lengthening. Yeah, I should have put something underneath actually. Make sure you're comfortable and not that any bone of your spine or anything is tensing you, bothering you, okay? Yeah. And lengthening, little toe in line with your hips or muscle line. Lengthening. And navel in. Energy out of the knee. And lengthening. Everything's long. And bending in. Okay. Other leg. And lengthening out. And bending in. Coming up. And again lengthening. Lengthening the leg. Sliding, lengthening, and release. Okay. 2 more. And lengthening. Slowly, long, very long. And release. And 1 more time. And I may need to take a little more time now to just see for therapeutic reasons what I can do. Lengthen. Yeah, stretch. And release. Okay, wow. Yeah, that's always interesting. Okay, good. So just do whatever you need to finish the class. The guys are very happy with us. Hi everyone. So the battery just died, as it sometimes happens, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here, and of course I so much appreciate you being here and helping the channel. So if you want to contribute playing the YouTube game, I so much appreciate that. Also, the guides offer weekly energy updates, which you find on YouTube Hiker Bartels, and a daily dose on Instagram at Hiker Dance. So thank you so much for being here. And also what I would like to add, now that I've got a little opportunity maybe, I've been doing this a very long time now, and still it looks like it has no effect. And I would like to encourage all of you, not that you keep doing work for years and years without you getting anything out of it. To the contrary, I'm paying rent to do this. But to have the faith that if you do something constantly, that you do benefit from it. And I noticed this now in my classes. It's amazing what I'm getting from the students, yeah, the feedback that I'm getting, how much I can help them, and also by being able to teach in languages which are not mine native language. So this helps so many people. So what I would really like to say is, if you feel from your heart that you need to do something, keep doing it. You never know what will be the outcome. It may be something different than what you have wished for or hoped for. Yeah, I would love to be able to work to live off videos and to be able to live in a different part of the world. But obviously now this is not yet, or not the idea, so this is how it is. And I just noticed now what also is the benefit from these videos. So if you are in some sort of situation like this, I would really like to encourage you to follow your heart, to keep doing what you're doing for as long as it seems practical, and stay open obviously for new things, yes, but as long as you feel called to do something, go for that. You never know where it takes you. Lots and lots of love. Thank you so much for being here and for listening, and I see you for the next workout.